Hey traders, John Howell here. Happy weekend to everyone. I've been just going through my charts today and I want to share some things with you I'm looking at right now when it comes to the crypto market, silver, gold, and also I want to share with you red light, green light, orange light, and why that there is probably one of the reasons why most people suck at trading, and the reason why I stuck to trading for a long time until I actually figured out the red light, green light, orange light. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, now I've got you confused about red light, green light, orange light, red, green, orange. Traders, make sure you grab free access to that trading course. First link in the description there. Now, let's actually start off with the markets here first, guys, and then I'm going to get into the whole red, green, orange thing that I think is really going to help you understand one of the things that stops you from doing well out of trading. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you is the good old Bitcoin chart. It's something that I'm noticing on for me. Okay, I'm going to start. For me, guys, I'm watching a lot of markets. I'm watching a whole bunch of cryptos. I'm watching a bunch of foreign exchange patterns. I have scans that scans thousands of stocks. I look at thousands of stocks through my scans that show me every day. Plus, also I manually go through that. Plus, also I'm looking at the futures markets here: gold, silver, the actual futures markets itself. Trading from a daily charts down to 2 minute and 5 minutes and hourly charts and stuff like that as well too. So for me personally, guys, I am always on the back burner, always looking for the next opportunities right in the markets here. And again, we never know exactly what's going to happen, but when the market starts to give us a bit of a clue, like what's happened with gold recently, that's really giving us a clue what's coming next. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll be able to see exactly what that's all about. Is that if we can see what's happening right in the markets, we can get ready for what's likely to come. And then if we do see what's likely to come, then we can take advantage of that. So for example, what I'm looking at here is that if I'm looking at, I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, okay, the weekly chart to the top and the daily chart to the left. Now, for me personally, guys, whenever I'm trading the daily charts, I'm always looking at this weekly chart here. Let me blow this. This is the weekly chart here. And if I look at this weekly chart here, let's just keep this really, really, really simple, okay? For me, that I never want to be trading against that higher time frame trend. So I never want to be trading against this trend. Now, what does that even mean? That simply means this, okay? Is that if I can see the overall trend is going up, right? We're stair-stepping up. Then trying to go, even this is the weekly chart here, on the pullback here, you're probably going to get something like this happening on the daily charts, right? And this is probably going to be like a small downward trend on the daily charts, but this weekly chart is doing this. But if the weekly chart starts to do something like this, where it comes up, if the market does that, who's in control here? The sellers, right? So we have a lower high here in place. We have a lower low. So say that's a low, and now it's made another lower low, right? When we break this low, who's in control? Sellers, right? Because what's a downward trend? So if we look at what's happening with Bitcoin right now, look what's happening with Bitcoin. So we haven't actually got really anyone in control right now. But if we have a look at what's happening here, right? What do we have? We have a double top, and now we're having a potential what? Lower high. So if we start to break this level through here, then guess what? We could actually see Bitcoin back down to around about potentially the $16,000 level, because you can see that's that resistance level there. So Bitcoin could be getting ready for quite a move down towards 16,000 and potentially even lower. Got potentially even 12,000 through here. Did I? Guys, leave a comment below and let me know what are your thoughts about Bitcoin. And also, guys, if you can hit that like button, I never asked that, but guys, hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. But also, can you leave a comment in the comment section below? What is your top crypto that you like to look at or that you favor? Is it XRP? Is it Dogecoin? Is it Ethereum? Is it Bitcoin? Like, out of all the cryptos, which ones do you like the best? I'm just really curious myself. I'm not a really big long-term crypto fan, crypto a crypto fan, because I don't have confidence in the long term. Like, I don't know where long term that's going to be when it comes to crypto. Some of you guys may have a bit more understanding than I do, but when I'm doing my longer term trades, I want to really have a much more confidence in that there. So just let me know what you guys think. But purpose of me saying that is this: if I bring up my charts now, and that's the weekly chart here, okay? And then if I blow this chart up here, look what's happening now, okay? So for me, traders, I'm always trying to get ready for what potentially could come, okay? Because when I start to see what potentially could come, then I can take advantage of that. So for example, right now, I'm looking at this here. Now, this is obviously according to my system and my rules, all right? So that's gonna go back to red light, green light, orange light, right? I'm going to get to you in just a minute with that there, all right? But the thing for me is that I'm always looking for my sort of foundations to my trading system. And again, in that trading course, guys, in fact, the very first video you get when you register for the free trading course is a 25-minute video walking you through my trading system. Like, I give it to you for free. And one of the patterns that I really love trading is what's called the L-shaped pattern, or the upside down L-shaped pattern, right? So when the market goes down, then comes across, and then we go down again, right? That's the foundations there. Now, that's probably 80% of it, right? So like this here, down, slow across, down, right? So I'm always looking for the L-shaped pattern. Again, that's the foundation. It's not every single trade, because sometimes this can be false breakouts and so on and so forth. So you've got to know how to qualify it. But that's the foundations of what I'm personally looking for myself. So if I'm looking at this here, look at this here, down and across, down and across. So see how I'm getting my L-shaped pattern here. Now here's a really big thing for you traders that are trading the markets, which is probably every single one of you guys watching this video. That's why you're watching this video right now. What a quickie thing. Anyway, one thing that I've learned, traders, over my time trading the markets is this, right? So a lot of the times I would actually zoom in for maybe 2 or 3 months. When I originally learned, it was like like looking at the 3 month, right? Looking at this 3 months sort of data through here, right? It's like, oh my goodness, this big up bar, how come this big up bar failed and came back down through here, and so on and so forth, right? So I'll be looking at the charts from this perspective. You're looking at it really close. And, you know, some of you guys may be into the candlesticks. Well, so you bring up the candlesticks, right? And you're looking really close, right? It's like, oh, here we go. That's a pin bar, reversal, candlestick, hammer, reversal, shooting star, thingy-majiggy, right? Oh no, it's a bullish harami. No, it's a doji star today. No, it's a bearish outside engulfing candle today. For you guys that have been down the road of candlestick patterns, I'm not saying they're bad, but the most important thing for me is understanding the big picture, not one candle, not one day, but the overall picture of what the market is telling me. That's where, guys, firstly, I've always looked at, I do look at candlesticks, right? But I'm not looking at candlesticks for the candlestick patterns, okay? I'm just looking at it from perspective of what's happening in the big picture. That's why, guys, looking at black bars, but then also squeezing my charts up to try to get an understanding of where are the highs, where are the lows, right? So if I squeeze my charts up here, I can get a bit of understanding of, okay, we had a move down, that's a lower high, all right? We had sort of a move down from there to there, lower high, down, sideways, we came up, we came down, we came up, we came down, double top, now we came down, and now we're just doing this through here, right? So there's a few things that I can now identify on the charts. See what I did just there? Because I zoomed out, I can now see 2 different things on this chart that's given me a bit more understanding of what's going on in the market. See, and there's nothing with the indicators, right? There's nothing, it's not even a moving average or volume or anything on this chart right now. And the reason why this is so powerful, because it gives you a bit of a guidance on what could be coming real soon, so we can get ready for that, to take advantage of that, and, you know, hopefully make some money, right? So the 2 things I'm looking at right now is what I call the trend analysis. Where are the lows? Where are the highs, right? So we have a low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low, but now we have what? We have a double bottom. So here the buyers were starting to gain some control. Then we had a double top, now a double bottom. What does that mean? Well, the buyers started to take control, right? We started going upward trend, but now we're in a what? Flat trend. Now that's the reason why that's important, because there's actually no probability of this going up or down at the moment. But then I like to look at what I call the strength in moves. right? The strength in moves. And the reason why I call it the strength in moves is because you'll notice there's a few things here, right? So if the market goes strong, if market goes up like that, what is that? That's now strong, right? There's strong movement in the markets there. Now, why am I using pink for, guys? Why am I using pink for, or purple, whatever the color is? Purple. I got a fetish with purple today. By the way, guys, bit of a side note. I just watched The Sound of Freedom last night. Oh my goodness, guys. I was cranky / in tears. It's just like wow. Have you guys watched The Sound of Freedom? Please leave a comment below. Let me know if you did watch that Sound of Freedom. And again, guys, please if you like this stuff, guys, just if you're enjoying this video here, please click that like button and leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Anyway, so we had this move up through here, right? That means the buyers are quite strong, right? So if you have a look at this, this is probably one through here, right? So we see how we had a very strong move up through there, and we had a very strong move. See that's the overall movement. See how it's not one candlestick, right? It's not one day or something like that. It's the overall patterns that the market makes that gives us a bit more guidance of like, oh, I can start to see what's going on. You know what I mean? When it comes to simple trend analysis and some guidance. But then we also can see that when it comes to trend analysis, but then we also can see who's more in control right now when it comes to the strength in moves. Strength in moves, right? So if we have the market going up like this, that's pretty strong, right? So if that's strong, if this is a strong move up, what happens if we do a move like this? That's now what? Weak, right? Now this would be what? Weak buyers. Now why is that important to us? Because if there's weak buyers in the market, then if there is weak buyers in the markets and they continue to be weak, remember there's two sides, there's sellers and buyers, right? So if there's weak buyers in the market, who could be coming in more stronger soon? Sellers, right? Because there's weak buyers, and then a lot of times we can actually get the drop in the markets. Now, by the way, guys, if you see that there, this is why I like what? I'm going to botch this, but there you go. See the L-shaped pattern? That's why I like the L-shaped pattern, because it's not just the L-shaped pattern. It's about looking at who's more dominant in the markets. And by looking at the overall flow of firstly trend analysis, but then looking at this here, I like this because we've got strong sellers. Then we have more like a weak buying period, and then the sellers a lot of times will come and give you a big bar like that, and then start to have another nice move down through there. Especially if you have like a longer term moving average coming down like this. Oh my goodness, guys! Now this is longer term moving average. I like to use the 52 moving average. Is that simple, John, or exponential? Doesn't really matter. I use a simple moving average, right? Especially if you can get that type of pattern. Again, guys, that trading course, actually the very first video you'll be able to see all the details to the L-shaped pattern on the Forex markets and so on and so forth, right? Now, why, on the back of what I've just mentioned through here, okay? Now, again, guys, what I'm trying to teach you here is not just that. This is not Bitcoin I'm talking about. This is talking about all markets. Whenever I'm looking at any market out there, I'm using the same analysis. Where's trend analysis? Who's in control? Are we in an upward trend or downward trend? And then I'm taking it to another level, which is more like the strength in the moves. Who's more dominant right now? So even though we are going sideways through here, who's more dominant? Well, right now, as I speak, it doesn't mean it's going to go down, right? Because there's a lot of times when you can get the move down like this, and then we go sideways, and then suddenly you get a bar like that, and it goes like that, right? There are times that happens, and that's where like you don't want to preempt. You always want to wait for what? The breakout bar, and then a move down. But if I look at Bitcoin right now, then again, I'm using this as Bitcoin, but you can start to apply this analysis, guys, to any market out there, is that if you look at Bitcoin right now, what's happening here? Strong move down, then we have this what? Overall sideways movement. Now notice one thing here. Notice how the up legs, this is up leg number 1, number 2, and number 3, and number 4. Do you notice 1, 2, and 3 look very, very similar of the angle, right? They all look like that. What's happening here on 4? Do you see the differences, right? What's up? Some of these, the buyers are very, very weak here, right? This is what? W for weak, right? They were strong, they were strong, they were strong. Now they're weak. What does that mean? That means that the sellers could be coming in control. And if we start, and especially remember I said before about, and now I'll revert back to the weekly charts, right? See what I'm doing here? See, and this is where guys, see how much information you can really get from what the market is telling you, not the derivative like an RSI or stochastics, all that sort of stuff. There's so much power in just looking at the market here, and you can really get a good sense of, okay, this could be coming soon and so on and so forth. So that means is that we have this major support through here. If we get something like this happening, then guess what? We're probably likely to see something like that happening, coming back down to here somewhere, possibly even on a short-term level basis down towards that level through there. Make sense? So this is where, guys, this is on a short-term level basis. Long-term, where's crypto going to be in 2030? I don't know. I have a fair idea where gold and silver and the mining sector is going to be at that time, which actually, let's actually get into gold, silver, and the mining sector, shall we? Well, actually, we'll just get on to, I talked about gold a lot yesterday, so bit of a touch-up, bit of an update on gold right now, guys. This is now creating, this is a weekly chart to the top, daily chart to the bottom. Let's actually blow the daily, let's blow the daily charts up here. Look at this here, big what? V bottom, right? Strong down, strong up. So big V bottom through here. So we could be getting ready for a complete change in trend right now, and we could be getting ready for a really big move in gold through there. But if we have a look at things like, one of the markets I'm really watching out for is silver. Now the reason why I'm looking at silver is because this longer term level basis through here. If I, once again, guys, let me go to the weekly chart here. Let me squeeze this up here for a minute. Remember, this is a weekly bar, right? So this is probably, what's this here? That whole period through there is the entire year, right? So that's, what's that, 10 months there, right? So just keep that in mind. So the one thing I'm looking at here with silver is that I'm noticing that when silver starts, if silver starts to hold here and we start to rally out and start to get like a breaking above possibly this 26, we start to see a print above $26 on silver, man, we could be getting ready for a really, really, really big move. Because look at all this here. This here is probably going to create an extraordinary quality move out of silver. Now, it may not be up, right? So that's where you're like, oh, let's get in now. Let's get in now before the move happens. Who says the move's going to happen up? It could be down, right? So that's where like you never want to preempt. And again, like based on trading rules, you always want to wait for your confirmation, your entry candle, right? Not let's get in now early before everyone else does, and therefore I'm going to pick the bottom. And then what happens? What happens if the market does this on you though? What if the market just keeps doing this on you? Right? So you always want to have your chart set up and then also your pattern through there. So that's one thing I want to share with you guys. Now, let's get into red light, green light, orange light. Okay, so let's go through here. Let's actually start off. Let's start off with red light. That's red, green, and orange. Now, here's something, traders, that I believe is going to really help you when it comes to your trading just in general, okay? As we're trading the markets, a lot of the times as we're trading the markets, we're trading the markets and we're looking for patterns, right? Now, some of you guys are probably pretty brand new, and you're just looking to do anything, right? You're looking to, it's at support level. There's a level of confluence. There's a lot of things you're doing, right? Oh, the market's breaking out right now. Let's go long because it looks like it's going to go up. Oh, the market's at support right now. All this, and so you might have probably some of you guys have no plans of when you're getting in and getting out. It's just based off YouTube videos or what you feel or what you think at the time, or FOMO and all that sort of stuff, right? So that's obviously definitely a road to disaster, right? Because no one definitely knows exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, this week, right? Not me, not any of the big hedge funds, Ray Dalio, so on and so forth. Okay, so red, green, orange. This is a big thing for me. One thing that I've learned is that there are patterns out there that really give you a very high probability of having success, right? So let's just say, for example, this is what's called different. This red, green, orange is another code for patterns. The red pattern, the green pattern, and the orange pattern. Okay, red, green, orange. Now this is where a lot of traders can get really confused, right? So red system, when red appears, we have a 90% success rate, right? When green appears, we may have another success rate, call it 70%. And when orange appears, we may have 70, 80%. Okay, let's just keep it at that there. Now, here's the thing, okay? So, firstly, red, what is actually red? What is that red pattern, right? First, you got to understand what is that red pattern there, firstly. Now, here's where if you're using multiple different patterns, multiple different things, looking for anything really to get into a trade, then you're probably missing, there's probably really good trades right in front of you. And this has happened to me so many times. There's probably really good trades right in front of you, but you just can't see them, right? And you can't see them because you're looking at red, green, orange. So if I'm looking, so if there's a red system here that I know every time this pattern appears, that 90% of the time, it's going to produce a nice result for me, a nice positive return. Could be a small profit, could be a good profit, but it's like to give a good return. If that happens, then I know I just need to wait for that, right? Now the hard thing about on the back of that is the P then, right? Because this system has a 90% success rate, but you got to be patient. Then it's not going to be a trade every single day, right? But here's the thing: forget this here right now. Just look at this red system. So the red system's there, but if you're focusing on a couple of different trading systems at once, you got the red system, the green system, the orange system. Your mind can really only focus on one thing at a time, right? So if I say to you, look around the room and look for red. Look for red. Go do it right now. Right? Look around the room, look for red, 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 look for red. Right? Okay, cool. You probably saw there's a lot of different things right now. As I'm looking at the room right now, I'm actually noticing the color red, right? Why? Because I'm focusing on that one red pattern. I'm looking for the color red, right? Now, here's where it gets really, really, really hard for our brains, and the reason why we actually miss a lot of trades sometimes. And then we end up doing FOMO, we end up going backwards and so on and so forth. Now, here's what I want you to do. At the exact same time, I want you to look for red, green, orange, red, green, orange. Go look around the room, look around the room, look around the room, look around the room. Look for red, green, orange, red, green, orange, red, green, orange, red, orange, red, green, orange. Look around the room, look red, green, orange. Now, if you did do that, whenever I've done this in the past with some of my private clients, guess what they've done? Well, I'm looking for red right now. I'm looking for red. There's red. Okay, good. Now I'm going to look for green. Where's green? Where's green? Green. Okay, now I'm going to look for orange. Where's orange? Where's orange? And there's orange. All right? Now, what did you do? You didn't look for all three at once, did you? No, your brain says, now I'm looking for green. Now I'm looking for orange. Now I'm looking for red. What does that mean? Well, if one particular day you know that this red system here, when it does appear, that's going to give you a very high win-loss ratio, and there's some of these patterns that can produce a really big return, some of them a really big return, but there hasn't been much going on with the red system. It might have been 2 weeks now with no trades. Oh my goodness, right? So I'm going to focus on the orange system, right? This is where my focus is going. I'm gonna really start to focus on these other systems. And now, guess what? The day your mind, because remember I said before, your mind can only focus on one thing at a time, right? And if you're looking for the orange system, which it might be the R system, the red system might be an L-shaped pattern system that I talk about, right? And you can learn in my trading course for free. That may be that system, but then guess what? The day that say you look, that's your system there, like your red system, but then now your orange system is some sort of divergence, looking at the stochastics and RSI and looking at a divergence system, right? So you're looking at divergences as well. But that day you were focusing so much on what orange, which was divergences and stuff like that, looking at the indicators, where the red system was an L-shaped pattern. I'm not saying either one is bad. Right, I'm just trying to tell you where a lot of traders go wrong and where I went wrong for a long time. And so if you're focusing on that day, if your mind is like, I'm looking for divergences, I'm looking for divergences, looking for divergences. If a red system appears, are you going to notice it? No. Why? Because your brain's looking for red, your brain's looking for orange, which is divergence. You're looking for a divergence on the RSI, looking for divergence on the stochastics. And so you're so focused on the divergences now on the Stochastics, which by the way, if you guys don't know what divergences is, if the market comes down, makes a low, and then makes a lower low, the stochastics and RSI do something like this, where the market comes down, and then it does something like that, and the market picks back up, right? So there's divergences where the market's going down, but the stochastics are starting to boost strength. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the system, and I used to trade that system all the time, right? Now I realize that if I want big profits, I've got to go with the trend, right? Big profits are with good big trends. And trading this way could be just, a little up move and then a continuation of the trend there. Anyway, so if you're focusing so much on the orange system, and that's what you're focusing on, remember I said before, red, green, orange, right? You're focusing so much on the orange system that you're like, oh, there's actually not much going on with the orange system today. And you look at that maybe 1 or 2 days, and then suddenly you start to look back over time, because now you start to go back to focusing on red system. It might be L-shaped pattern or whatever, right? It might be something else. But that's that system. Or what trading system just means a pattern in the market, right? That's all it really is. It's just a pattern in the market. Now you're focusing on what? Now you're focusing on the red pattern again. Because I want to focus on red today. So then oh my goodness, there was a trade 2 days ago. How come I missed that? Have you ever done that before, right? Like, I'm like, how come I missed that trade? Like, I didn't even see that. Because your brain wasn't looking for that. And now you can be on a downward spiral, because now you're trading multiple different patterns, multiple different systems, and now you're missing trades because you're all over the place, right? Because one day you focus on this, one day you focus on this, and so you might be, and guess what? The day you're focusing on red, you might be focused on red for 2 or 3, because like this is the system, and suddenly there's a beautiful orange setup here. You see that there? As I said before, right? If you look around the room for red. And as you looked around for the room for red, green, orange, you probably noticed those colors, but you started off with, I'm looking for red, now I'm looking for green, now I'm looking for orange, right? You blocked it down to focus on one thing at a time. What's the point here? The point here is that if you know the red system gives you a 90% success rate, and most of the time when it does appear you can make money, then the only thing you need to do is consistently show up and consistently be patient waiting for that setup, right? And only looking for that setup. That way, throughout the entire year, you will never miss an opportunity, right? Now, and traders, again, like I've done this so many times, right? I might be focusing on something else. I might have the red system there, which I do, by the way. That's actually true. Again, I teach you all that in the trading course. For free, by the way, guys. But if I'm focused on that, but then suddenly, for some reason, I'm starting to focus a lot on gold and silver right now, because there's something happening in the markets, and I start to be really, really focused on that one thing and not really focused on, right? You see what I'm so, oh my goodness, like for the last 2-3 days, I've been really focused on gold and silver, and I have been focusing on the red system, right? Now this is for trading, right? This is for trading purposes. Long-term investing is completely different, guys. But trading purposes, you get what you focus on. So if you know that red system is going to deliver there, the best way to do really, really, really well in life is not more systems, is scrap the green and orange systems. And if you want to take advantage of every single red system that comes across your plate, one, exactly what are you looking for? Exactly what does the pattern look like? And then I promise you, right? I promise you that because you know exactly what you're looking for and you're looking for it every single day, not only one will you miss trades, will you not miss trades, but secondly, you actually see trades that you never saw before because you're so focused on it, right? You get what you focus on in life, and so on and so forth. So I have found myself that by scrapping, I used to trade 5 different systems at once. Can you imagine my results? Not really that good, right? I was missing things and it was just horrible, absolutely horrible. But now, right now, over the last 19 years, there's one thing I've actually learned, that less is actually more, right? Less is actually more, because now I'm only looking for one type of a pattern, really. And then that's exactly what I'm trading through there. So I hope this helps you out there today, traders. Give this a like if you really enjoyed today's session. Traders, if you do really need some help with your trading, then I've opened up a 12-month coaching program with me personally. It actually starts now and ends at the end of next year, so it's actually over 12 months. This is where every single day and every single week, you're learning my systems, my strategies, and I'm there basically all the time to coach you and help you and so on and so forth to make sure you get this right. So if you really enjoyed what I'm talking about here, and you'd probably like to go a lot more deeper into this, then the private coaching program might be a good fit for you. So that's second link in the description there, guys. Make sure you click on that. Go book a time and fill out the application form, and I personally will call you to see if you're a good fit and to talk to you more about it and see whether you're someone that I know that I can turn into a really, really, really successful trader. So go do that right now, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next video.